For centuries, explorers and adventurers have been captivated by the legend of El Dorado, the mythical city of gold hidden deep in the heart of South America. It was said to be a place of unimaginable wealth, where entire streets were lined with gold, and the king was covered in dusted gold from head to toe. El Dorado wasn't just a city, it was a dream of fortune, a prize that could turn any man into a legend. The story begins with the Spanish conquest of the Americas in the early 1500s. As the conquistadors ventured further into the unknown jungles and mountains of the New World, they began to hear rumors of a vast treasure hidden somewhere in the interior. These tales were fueled by local indigenous tribes who spoke of a king who performed a sacred ritual at Lake Guatavita, covering himself in gold and offering treasures to the gods beneath the water. This golden man, or El Hombre Dorado, was believed to be at the center of an empire dripping with riches. The legend quickly spiraled into stories of an entire city, El Dorado, where every building gleamed with gold and precious gems. The idea of such unimaginable wealth was enough to drive men to madness. Conquistadors like Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana embarked on perilous expeditions into the Amazon rainforest, desperate to find the city and claim its treasures for Spain. But El Dorado proved elusive. Expedition after expedition set out in search of the fabled city, only to encounter the harsh realities of the jungle, torrential rains, disease, starvation, and hostile indigenous tribes. Francisco de Orellana's 1541 journey down the Amazon River was one of the most famous and disastrous attempts, leading to the deaths of many of his men. Others returned empty-handed, broken by the unforgiving terrain and the weight of their unfulfilled dreams. Yet, the allure of El Dorado persisted. Treasure hunters from across the globe followed in the footsteps of the Spanish, convinced that the city must exist. Over the years, countless expeditions scoured the Amazon, Andes, and Orinoco basin, but none found the glittering streets or mountains of gold they sought. Skeptics began to question whether El Dorado was real or simply a metaphor, a symbol of the endless greed and ambition that had driven men to the ends of the earth. Modern archaeologists now believe that the legend of El Dorado was likely a fusion of indigenous myths and European fantasies. The story of the Golden King at Lake Guatavita may have been based on real rituals practiced by the Muisca people of Colombia, who made offerings of gold and emeralds to their gods. In 1912, explorers drained part of the lake, recovering hundreds of gold artifacts, but they found no evidence of a golden city. Despite this, the myth of El Dorado continues to captivate imaginations. Even today, adventurers and researchers are drawn to the idea that somewhere, hidden in the dense jungle or atop a remote mountain, the lost city of gold might still be waiting to be discovered. The tale of El Dorado is not just a story of treasure, it's a story about the human spirit, about our endless pursuit of dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem. Whether fact or fiction, El Dorado represents the ultimate quest, a journey into the unknown in search of something greater than gold, perhaps even the discovery of oneself.